Hey everyone, it's Jack Johnson here. It's Monday, April 18th. And what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about an article that I was reading about Twitter and the Chinese Communist Party teaming up once again to help the future of the internet. Let me read you something that I think is relevant here. Let me pull it up. Let me make sure I have it. Here we go. Okay. Twitter's new China chief ruffles feathers. And this is, so Twitter has just hired somebody, a woman by the name of Kathy Chen. That's Kathy, spelled the normal way, Chen, spelled C-H-E-N. And Kathy Chen was named last week as Twitter's first managing director for China. And this has gotten everyone kind of excited. Twitter's moving to China. How great. You know, this is one of these things where Twitter needs to say to its users, oh, we have this huge presence in China. Just like Facebook is trying to do right now, which is why Mark Zuckerberg's learning Chinese, even though he has a Chinese wife, and why his Chinese wife is front and center. And the thing to understand about most of these social media platforms is they're essentially Ponzi schemes. They need more and more new people coming in order to keep justifying the stock price that they have, which is why Mark Zuckerberg promises to go and link the whole developing world to Facebook, which is why he's interested in these rockets and air balloons to deliver free Wi-Fi so that people can use Facebook. And the basic idea here is more people, more revenue, more money, and so forth. But what's interesting here is there hasn't been a lot of talk about customer acquisition, how costly that can be. Nor has there been a lot of talk about individual states and individual country regulatory problems. Netflix was famously kicked off of Indonesia's system, the fourth most populous nation on the planet. They were kicked off because they consumed too much data, and so there's a lot of regulatory thresholds and regulatory problems that are going to be difficult for these sort of more globalist, large media, social media conglomerations. Well, anyways, returning for a moment to Kathy Chen and China. Now, what it says here is in this USA Today story, and I'm being retro by reading USA Today. Don't get cross with me. The problem: Chinese Twitter users are airing concerns that the appointment of an executive who in the past had links to the country's military and its state security branch could imperil free expression on Twitter. Oh my, you mean Twitter's not going to have free speech anymore? I'm shocked. Shocked. I mean, the whole reason I'm here on YouTube is because they kicked me off of Twitter. So maybe I should be grateful. Maybe this will humanize my image a bit more. Who knows? But I do miss Twitter sometimes. I got to admit, I do miss it. Definitely cramped my style, cost me a lot of money. I'm probably going to end up suing them. But what's interesting here is this presumption that Twitter actually cares about free expression. They don't. They lie to you, and they say they do, in order to get you to join their network, so that they can sell advertising to you, which is why Twitter went and hired this guy, Hugh Johnston, who'd never tweeted before. He's from Greenwich, Connecticut, who's connected to the sugary drink industry in the form of PepsiCo. I think he was their CFO, or maybe still is their CFO. Anyway, so, Chen claimed she was going to be working with the state broadcaster, CCTV, and the official state media, Xinhua News Agency. Now, she's worked with, she has worked in the People's Liberation Army. She has worked with the Chinese government to basically crack things down. And I don't know. I mean, this is a crazy kind of situation. Now, what's interesting is watching the Chinese fight back. Here's one. These are users expressing concern. And China, by the way, has its own Twitter. It's called Weibo. But the government restricts what can be said on that service, kind of like Twitter on behalf of the Obama administration restricts things that can go on Twitter. It's no place for CCP propaganda, tweeted one user, go away. And in a video posted on Twitter, Chen said, I am really excited to find more ways to create value for our advertisers, enterprises, creators, influencers, and our developers and partners as well. So, they've not responded to any of these criticisms. They don't respond to any of these complaints because they don't see there's a big problem. Partnering with people who censor is a problem for the future of social media platforms. There's only going to be so much that people are willing to tolerate being marketed to. And remember, everything you see on Twitter is an ad. That's why they're doing the shadow banning. They don't want certain accounts to be more powerful. And they essentially want to violate their common carrier status by censoring content. And this is going to be a regulatory fight at some time in the near future. We'll see what the FCC has to say about it. And eventually some people are going to have to sue over it. And so that's probably where I think the conversation is going to go. What do you guys think? Email me, editor@gotnews.com. Looking forward to kind of chatting with you guys about the future of Twitter and technology. So let's chat soon.